Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence, and I want to welcome you all back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And in today's episode, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by the company Narciso Rodriguez, and this one is a newer release and it goes by the name Fleur Musc, so stay tuned. This 2017 release was created by two perfumers, Sonia Constant and Khalees Becker, and these are perfumers that have an extensive resume online. You can certainly look it up if you're interested in seeing what other fragrances they've done. Now, I know Narciso Rodriguez is a company that has enlisted the help of Francis Kurkdjian for a bunch of their fragrance releases, and this one, being as though it's a bit lighter and it's a bit more centric on the note of musk, it's kind of cool that they went with a slightly different perfumer, although it does feature notes that we see in a lot of their previous releases, most notably the note of violet. This one, on the other hand, does have rose and peony, and you can kind of guess that it has rose just by taking a look at the color of the bottle. And a note from the brand, Narciso Rodriguez said he wanted to make a fragrance that has the note of musk in the middle and that's surrounded by a bunch of pink flowers. And I think another note that kind of gives off that effect is the note of pink pepper. So I'm excited to tell you what I think of the smell. Let's start things off with the presentation. Now, the presentation for this one is pretty simple, might I add, and it's very similar to previous releases by this company. Very simple box, and as far as the bottle is concerned, it's colored on the inside, so you can't really tell how much liquid you have left unless you shine a light through it, but even then it's still pretty hard to assess. At the very bottom is where you will find your serial number if you're interested in authenticating your product. The cap of this one does click into place pretty securely too, so you can pick this one up from the cap. And as far as the distribution of the atomizer goes, very nice distribution, wide mist. Let's continue with the smell. Now, this is a fragrance that smells exactly how it looks. So if you take a look at the bottle, it has this bright, vivacious pink color about it. That's pretty much what you get with the smell. So it's very strong on the floral notes. It has rose, it has peony. There's another fragrance that has peony in it, and it's Delina by Parfum de Marly. You might be able to see this pink box behind me. This one doesn't really smell like that fragrance, and I was kind of hoping for that. But this is a fragrance that's very strong with the note of musk. Now, musk can come across animalic because that's what it is, right? It comes from the musk deer, or it can be synthetic, as is the case with this fragrance, where it doesn't come across as animalic. It actually comes off rather clean. There's a fragrance by the company The Body Shop, and it's called White Musk. And that's pretty much what I get from this one. It's a clean musk, but it does have those floral nuances about it. What the florals do is they put it into feminine territory, but they complement the musk so that it's not a plain or simplistic fragrance. It does come across a bit casual, if I might add, with certain, semi-casual, semi-formal scenarios, making it appropriate for those scenarios, but for the most part it comes across casual, and the florals that are utilized in this just come across rather bright and feminine, and they really tend to open up the composition and make it really interesting. So personally, I really do like this one. I've always been a fan of the men's fragrances, the original for him. Also, Blue Noir is another one that I've really liked, and I kind of like the direction that they go in from flanker to flanker, and that they don't, retain a whole lot of the original DNA, but they do reinvent it, so much so that it's a different enough version to warrant a purchase, and I totally think that that's the case with this fragrance. I have tried both the original, the Eau de Toilette, and the Eau de Parfum. I believe I even had the opportunity to review one of them, so I'm going to link that down below if you're interested in checking it out. But this one is a new fragrance. It does things differently, but it has a little bit of the heart of the original in the background. So if you are a fan of the original, you want something that's a bit more floral, not as sharp, might I add. And the musk note is just clean rather than sharp and animalic. I would definitely recommend checking this one out. As far as occasions, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later on, I do find this to be pretty casual. I think you can wear this one semi-formally, but not fully formal. I think had it been a little bit more heady or a bit sharper with the floral notes, perhaps, then yes. But the rose and the peony just come across rather, I hate to use the word fragile, but they come across rather innocent in this fragrance, and it has a rather clean and unassuming vibe about it. I really enjoy this one. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. First up, I took a look at the uniqueness in the overall smell, and despite the fact that it does contains some familiar notes from the perfume world. It is a unique scent, and I like that it's different enough from the original, both the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum, to warrant a purchase. As far as overall smell is concerned, it's incredibly pleasant. I like how they utilize the note of musk, and they add pink pepper and rose to kind of make it this pink smell that I really do enjoy, and it's not animalic. As far as the longevity is concerned, you are going to get the lower end of what you can expect from an Eau de Parfum fragrance, so you're going to get about 6 hours with this one. I kind of hoped that it would last a little bit longer, but with a fragrance of this composition, you don't want it to be overly loud. So I think that the performance on this one is tasteful. As far as the projection is concerned, you're going to notice it for the first hour and a half to 2 hours. It does become a skin scent at like the 4 to 5 hour mark, but it's still there. If somebody gets into your close, intimate bubble, they are going to pick up on the fact that you're wearing a fragrance and you're not bare, so to speak. As far as versatility is concerned, I wouldn't wear this one in the winter, unfortunately. I feel like with the original, you can kind of pull off wearing it in the colder weather, but with this one, it's more suited towards the hotter weather, so a hot spring night, hot spring day as well, and definitely the summertime. I think it would really shine in those seasons. As far as formal occasions are concerned, I mentioned this earlier, casual and semi-formal. If you want something that would work a bit better for formal occasions, I would go with something that has a floral note in there that's a bit more sharp and heady. As far as the presentation is concerned, I like the color of the bottle. I don't think it's kitschy in any way. And my final verdict on this one is I like this one. I'm still tossing it around in my mind to debate whether I like it more than the original. I think the original has an iconic smell that I can pick up a mile away. With this one, on the other hand, though, it's a nice iteration of the original, but I just don't know if I can say I like it as much as the original, but I definitely do like this one, and it's a fragrance that I love smelling on my wife as well. I just got to get her to wear it more often. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was my review of Narciso Rodriguez Fleur Musc. If you have any experience with this scent or the original or any other iteration from the brand, whether it be the men's or the women's, leave a comment down below. I'd be curious to know. I always like to start the discussion in the comment section. And also, please don't forget to subscribe for future videos, and remember to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. This way you never miss any of my future content, and there's a lot. Top 10s, reviews, giveaways, unboxings, special guests, and a whole lot more. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.